Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Let me just have to rearrange myself a little bit here. Yeah, my ISP has been giving me trouble, so I'm not sure that if I try to jump into a duel here, again, whether that will actually work or not, but we'll give it a try. Otherwise, we should just focus on the solo stories. There's a lot of solo stories that we need to go through to just be done with the solo stories for now and work our way forward. I am, however, increasingly becoming scared that I have not emphasized on the newest cards, and so while I never really expected myself to get particularly far in the ranked play, I might very well set myself up pretty badly in the ranked play. This gains 500 attack points for each monster it points to, and it points up and down. You can barely even see that. You'd have to look here to gain that knowledge. Seems like there's a lot of synergy that these cards can have, which is not surprising. Really, that's how I've always understood it. Notice though, this only, unless this trap card is a actual monster card that is also a trap card, which I think a couple of those exist, this being here does not increase its attack. Okay, well, we can start with that and see what happens. See if he'll counter that spell. Meanwhile, well, that didn't work. Let's see what we got. We can set this. We can set this. And I think that is all we can do. And I turned off the real questions as far as character placement, I think, so yeah. I bet you could still probably drag the cards to the right slot if you need to do some manipulation on where the characters are, but by default it is just gonna, it always put everything in the center. It almost seems like this image is almost like a clock counting up. Interesting. So this is doing something to this spot. One unused monster zone equals the number of monsters currently in the extra monster zone. Those zones cannot be used while this monster is face up on the field. So they've made it so you can't use the spot. Interesting, but I don't know if that really matters. Yeah, the problem with these ranked games, more than anything, is not that the animations are slowing things down, although they kinda are. It's that the players' actions are slowing things down. So there's probably room here where it didn't play animations when you played a card, but it played animations for the opponent. So while I'm sitting here and it's the opponent's, it's his turn, I saw a whole bunch of animations to just keep things feeling lively. That might be cool, but then as I'm actually playing the game, all those animations disappear, and it's then a much faster process to actually play the cards. It would be an asynchronous experience, and there would be a lot of room where, and points where the game would have to potentially slow down one side to catch up with the other side when it asks if you want to counter something. Alright, we played. We went up another grade. We're not really getting a lot of extra things towards the extra packs when we lose. Alright. And one more mission was done. Get 1,000 gems, which that sets us nicely so that we can go to the shop. We should, at this point, be right on the verge of seeing a lot of these secret packs disappearing, which, I mean, we know they'll come back, so kind of doesn't matter. And you definitely want ultra rare for these cards. So I guess this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in order. So the 6th pack should be a glowing gold one. We still will be getting 4 new cards, more than likely, of just generic old cards for a long time. But unless we get a super rare or ultra rare in this pack of 4, for the pickup cards, we are going to just end up with a lot of redundancy. So much so that it almost would be worth it to just see what the skip button does. But my concern would be, if I click the skip button, that probably just skips to the end. And that's not where we want it. We would want this over on this side, wouldn't we? We'll get an ultra rare, but it's not a pickup card that is specifically limited towards this secret pack. Well, we now have Slifer the Sky Dragon. Now what really sucks about this though is these cards aren't limited. You can have 3 of these in your deck, and as far as I understand it, I'd like to get them all. I'd like to get everything in this set and then see if there is maybe something that unlocks when you have an entire secret pack collection, or at least one of every card of the secret pack. That would be nice extra reward for people really spending a lot of money to do this. Now the next pack should be a glowing gold pack, and it is. I haven't spent any real world money, but I have spent the things that we are unlocking, the premium currency, and there's no guarantee that that is not a finite starter amount of premium currency, and then Konami just becomes incredibly greedy and they don't ever give any more premium currency for players. Yeah. Uh, that certainly would be one thing that would lead to a premature abandonment of, what's this, Ra's discipline? Yeah, premature abandonment of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel if less than a couple months in, all of a sudden it becomes fairly obvious that you are going to just hit this wall and be unable to continue to open packs. Because when I'm live streaming cards, when I'm live streaming video game news and playing a card game, I like to open at least one pack a stream. I already can tell that that's probably not going to happen unless I can every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday get at least 1,000 gems, and that seems like a fairly tall order. So we have Raw now, and not just Raw, we have the either foil version of Raw or the Divine Royal version of Raw. How can you tell the difference? I guess we'd have to look at our cards and check. Found several new card packs, once again resetting things. Okay. So we now have Slipper the Sky Dragon, and we dusted a bunch of things, but still have more things to effectively dismantle. Probably would be a fairly long time before we dismantled enough to craft a lot of ultra rare cards. So at this point, if we continue to double down on this, we would be shooting for this ultra rare and this ultra rare, this super rare and this super rare, and then trying just to get 3 copies of everything you could possibly get. I would kind of like to get one of everything and just continue doubling down this road. But there is definitely a decent chance that that's not going to really do anything. And these two all seem new. So it really feels like of the secret packs that exist, there's just a massive amount of them. And I have to just assume all of these card packs actually existed and were for sale at some point in at least the Japanese marketplace, if they didn't all quite make it to the Western Yu-Gi-Oh marketplace. And I'm not sure how many crafting points we are getting because of this boss battle versus actually just getting it through other rewards. This dual pass. But yeah. Onward we go. Ruin and Demise, Beck and Demise, King of Armageddon, and Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, who apply the destruction with different effects, draw a black curtain on the world with their powers of destruction. We're pretty much just going to go down this path when anything is unlocked, and then we'll come back and try and use the currency to unlock more things later. That way we get the most variety. But I do definitely have a concern that, like right now, if we're doing 2 of these per episode, then there's probably 6 or 7 episodes we could have here, which that seems like a lot. And I'm concerned definitely that they're going to add more. So we should try to burn through the story fairly quickly. Ruin and demise. When a world is about to perish, it is seen on its way by two beings. The first is a red being that envelops the golden light and draws the curtain on the world. Of course, the problem here is if I click forward, then I can't see the zoom out to see the full thing, and I potentially skip some of the music. She is an androgynous goddess. Like, she doesn't seem that androgynous, just a little muscly, garbed in red robes. Androgynous, as to my understanding, would be kind of like easily confused by either gender, but you would have had to have had a much smaller breastplate to make me think this looked even slightly like a guy, and less of a cut-in on the hips, if that was going to be the case. Also, you wouldn't have called her a goddess if you weren't intentionally implying she's female. Or use the word she. Of course, this is all being translated from Japanese and probably pretty poorly, so what that really said in Japanese maybe was something completely different. I wouldn't be surprised if it said something like she's a tsundere goddess, which is a kind of scary, kind of crazy stalker girl, is what tsundere means, I think. She is a god with no believers. That's only natural. A world visited by the goddess Ruin is on the path to destruction. Any intelligent life that would believe and worship that god would soon cease to exist. The second black being that envelops the world in blue flames, which pulverize the earth. Now notice here, there might be a little bit of sexism in Yu-Gi-Oh! In fairness, because we really haven't seen a lot of interesting beefcake guys. For a male god, this is definitely a demon with horns, covered with every inch of his skin covered in armor. A towering, omnipotent, so all-powerful demon king adorned in black armor. He is a king with no vassals. That's only natural. A world visited by this demon king demise will soon meet its end. Why does there need to be two of them that come to the world? It seems like one of them alone could do the job. Those who would respect and serve that king would soon have their very lives destroyed. I guess card game wise, there's a reason to have two of them, but yeah. Canonical story wise, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Special summon one ritual monster from your hand, but it can and attack, also destroy it during the end phase. You can only activate one ritual forgone per turn. Let's see how that works to make things work better or succeed. I haven't really been looking at the cards that load. This game is pretty snappy about loading into a game anyway, so I don't know if they are selecting a selection of all possible cards to highlight during the load screen, or if there's a much smaller group of cards. Demise and Ruin monsters, ritual monsters can be brought out with ritual spell End of the World. Demise allows you to pay your life points to destroy all other cards on the field except itself, and Ruin has the ability to make another attack once it destroys an opponent's monster in battle. So it can attack multiple times, potentially 5-6 times. Pick which one the ritual summon by taking it into consideration what's on your opponent's field. You could deal a ton of devastating damage. So draw. We get into the world. This is scripted, of course. We've drawn into the world. Activate End of the World and ritual summon Ruined Queen of Oblivion. Okay. And we are putting one from our hand into the field and then tributing, summoning the other. And what is her attack? 23. When Ruined Queen of Oblivion destroys its opponent's monster in battle, it can attack again. Now attack your opponent's monster. Really? So the spell's not going to do anything to increase the attack? Destroy the opponent's monster in battle, activate the effect your Ruined Queen of Oblivion and attack one more time. So it's just going to ask. I'm going to direct attack. Yeah, this might be an example of where they will have us play both cards because there's only two cards they're really talking about. And that would make more sense. You inflict a great deal of damage. Go ahead and end your turn. What does this card do? So, Swords of Revealing Light, a very famous card, in fact a very powerful card. Can attack right now because your opponent's Swords of Revealing Light effect. Activate Cycle of the World and ritual summon Demise of King Armageddon. Dragging that to activate it doesn't help, so it really should just auto position that. So we swap out the other one. We get the summon animations. Still not really sure. By paying 2,000 points, you can destroy all cards on the field except itself. Activate the effect to destroy Swords of Revealing Light. Attack with your Demise King of Armageddon and win the game. What I'm trying to find out though is there a way to turn off its summon animation? Because seems like you might be able to do that specifically per card, but I have not figured out how. Alright, now we play with the loner deck. And honestly, we may hit a point here where it's just wiser to go back to the previous places that were gated off, do those gated off sections, and catch up, because we may have enough resources now to unlock any gate. So we'll go ahead and activate Harpy's Feather Duster and destroy that. And go ahead and set that. And Cycle of the World. Yeah. I need to flip this to get another character on the field first. This guy adds a ritual spell from the deck to his hand, so he probably has that. Probably has 2 ritual spells now. Oh, I guess that doesn't count as a flip summon if it's attacked in such a way. Whoops. Normal summoned or flip summoned. Activate effects. Guess I can summon this if I sacrifice this. This is Ruin Queen Angel of Oblivion, which is a different Ruin card. Let's see. You can ritual summon this card. Becomes Ruin Queen of Ability while this is in your hand on the field. So the name changes. If this card is ritual summoned, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. Okay. Do we want to summon something else? Do a Monster Reborn on that? I don't think we do. Just attack. Here. And here. And in the turn. Some of these themes probably would do better if there was just very consistently 3 cards that were just the same name, like a 4-star version of a card, then an 8-star, a 6-star version of a card, and then a 8-star version of the card. Let's see. Still don't think I want to do that. And I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably better at that than anybody else. This one can't attack twice. No, it can only attack twice if this is attacking monster cards. But yeah, artistically wise, there's, let's see, banish 1 ritual monster from your deck. Alright, well, we'll get rid of that then, since we already have one. Alright, let's see if we can play this. Activate effect. Discard 6 cards into being banished. Activate this. Tribute 1 monster from the hands and then shuffle ritual monsters from the graveyard into the deck. Or add a monster banished by this card's effect to your hand. Sure. Let's do that one. Once per turn, you can target 1 ritual monster, show 1 ritual monster from your hand until the end of turn. The level of the ritual monster becomes the target monster's level. Interesting. Let's see if we can do that. if that actually helps anything. Make that a level 8-star monster. That literally didn't seem like that did anything. Go ahead and set that since we can't do anything else. Well, let's just see if we can bring anything to the field of importance. Monster Reborn, also a very popular, well-known card. What can we special summon? 2 lights for 1400s. Well, let's go ahead and attack first. So if this attacks, it's not going to let me attack again. Unless they're going to somehow put something on the field for me to attack. Yeah, we've got this. Select that. And then do this, which is crazy. And then we'll just end the turn. I guess we can't do anything else. And see, at this point, I think I could have Monster Reborn this card, which would have been way better. Let's see, what do we want to put back on the field? I guess this. I assume that's going back on the field? Nope, it's going back in our hand. Why can I not activate this card? I can't do anything. Unless there's an effect somewhere in the banish pile or the something else. Right. Select a card to banish. I'll banish one of these. Yeah, I think I've managed to lose enough momentum here. I might lose the game. Unless he's gonna stupidly spend 2,000 life points and kill himself. Pre-preparation of the rites. Alright, tell me that this can do anything, something. Let's try this. Tribute summon this. And face up attack position. Draw one card, destroy one card on the field. Just destroy one card on the field. This can't be played. Activate this. Into the world or cycle the world. I think we want cycle the world. So we now want to special summon this, and we'll do that by sacrificing this. Oh, no, wait. Alright, well, I guess we have no choice. Let's see. Hope this is right. Just destroy every other card and be at 100 life points. Whatever. Yeah, that's just a great example of going around in circles. Playing a lot of cards and just showing off. I was down to 100. You'd almost think that there would be, being at 100 life points, some kind of secret thing you would unlock because of that. But nope, doesn't seem like that's the case. Okay. I have enough to just unlock this at this point, so I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, if anything, I think these consumables may very well have no reason to exist at all. And this unlocks a duel, which, yeah, we may have to just play. Didn't think about this before. It's like we're gonna have to play this duel and then this duel, and then we're gonna have to come back and play this duel, this duel, and this duel with other decks instead of the loner decks. So we really aren't anywhere close to making as much progress as I thought we were. Yeah, and I'm talking so much now, I'm starting to cough more. This cough is definitely feels like it's going to be persistent. Okay. First things first. Return this face up during the damage step when your dark monster battles an opponent. This monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to its own attack until the end of the turn. Well, I think you set that in defense mode. This just changes the level. This is a field spell, so we might as well just activate it now. Reveal one ritual monster equipped in your hand. The equipped monster becomes the revealed monster's level until the end of the turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is tributed, you can target the monster's opponents. Alright, well. Is there something in his graveyard that I would want to bring back to the field? Monster Reborn? I don't think so. Kind of feels like this should just disappear, but I can also see the reason why it wouldn't want to have it disappear. Because if you're actively using that information... Return this face-up card to your hand, and then make it lose attack points. Sure. Now in the real world you would try to be sneaky there, so you wouldn't just have the opponent see you return a card to your hand and then place the exact same card back down. Let's see, what else can we do? Don't have a ritual card. Don't have a ritual card. Don't want to use that. This is about the only thing we can do otherwise. It's totally possible to win just playing defense if your opponent is very aggro and will just attack again and again and again. But they tend not to, real world players tend not to be that stupid. By the third time you've hit a face down monster and taken damage, it would be likely for people to see that. Draining shield of 1700. Again, just activate. Yeah, what you would do in the real world is you'd shuffle your hand, so you're just assuming that shuffle is happening. And there's still really nothing here, so nothing in the Monster Reborn. Activate Draining Shield for 1100. Nope. I mean, one more of those and he would literally be halfway, almost halfway through his life. Okay. This adds a ritual monster. Set that down, and you can only summon one thing. Oh. So, seems odd. I thought at some point you could have done 2 summons in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think a very early version of Yu-Gi-Oh! You could do that, but obviously you can't now, which is probably a good balancing factor. You definitely see in Magic and other card games the ability to summon a whole bunch of characters in one turn leads to a lot of like one turn kills and unfair conversions of unfair twists of fate, or turns of fate. Into the wall. Alright. Let's do this. Summon. Active effects. Yes. Give me this guy. Can we activate this effect? Or do we want to do something else? No, we want to activate this effect into the world. We have just enough cards, and what we're going to hope we can do is chain But we may not. Draw one card, destroy one card in the field. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Activate his effect and destroy everything on the field, including that. Alright, now this should allow us to Monster Reborn out of the opponent's his 8-star Ruin Queen of Oblivion. And let's see, what else do we want to do? Target one, show one ritual monster in your hand until the end of the turn. That ritual monster. Is this a ritual monster? Hmm. Alright, well. Oh, did I... Would I possibly have been able to summon that guy? If this card is sent to the graveyard because of the equipment monster is tributed, you can target one monster and your opponent controls and destroy it. Well, we're in battle mode, but we're apparently not allowed to attack, so I don't know what happened there. We can't summon this. We don't want to summon that. So we'll end the turn. Next turn, I suppose we can win or get very close to it. Okay. Once per turn in your main phase, you can turn it face up. So I think you summon here. I think we can't do anything else. I think we go to battle phase. Ah. I see what happened there. That must have been what happened before too, yeah. He played the same trap card 2 turns in a row. Well, he's holding the line, stalling. But he's can only have 3 of those cards in his deck anyway, so you buy yourself 3 turns and that's about it. Well, I think this allows us to summon this with that tribute. Draw a card, destroy one card in the field. We'll draw a card. You'd think you'd get kind of like extra bonuses for doing a lot of chains also, but I don't think you really do. I don't want to destroy any cards. Yeah, I have no idea what just happened there. Whatever. I think we've got a victory, so definitely are feeling the pain of not understanding quite what is going on 100% of the time. We also started a game there with our life points above 8,000. So all of those things feel like on some screen after the fact we should be getting extra experience and it should be telling us about that, but that seems like that's only the case if you're actually playing ranked. We got a new mate, monster whose fate is that of a sacrificial offering, however its existence is shrouded in mystery. And then 200 if we do our deck, gems, and a icon if we do the loner decks. And I think just for consistency's sake we'll do the loner decks. The way these duels are positioned past the final goal implies that these duels are potentially going to be more difficult. Which I suspect that is kind of the case, is that you're battling people who have better versions of the deck and or just know how to play it better, or even possibly have decks that are counter the decks you're playing. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Cartoon anime also has a problem with kind of the obsession of drawing the card. That they animated it a lot, and I don't think there was enough of a good reason for that. Tribute monsters. Can we really do this? I guess we can. But this is the 8 version, and I just sacrificed a like 10 version, I believe. Ruined Supreme Queen just got sacrificed for an 8 version. Okay. Where I could have just summoned this and then brought the character in. We'll take this one, I guess. Okay. Can we do this? And special summon this one. Which then we need this and this. Which monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If all monsters use the ritual summon were ritual monsters, it can make a second attack. If this card destroys an opponent monster in battle, you can inflict damage to your opponents equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Still not sure why. Oh, he's got a Demise King 10 star. Okay. Alright, well. I should have put this in defense. Yeah, if I put it in defense position, I wouldn't have done that damage, but this is just gonna kill this. Unless I can scare him away with this fake trap card, which is actually a spell card. That's what you're supposed to do strategy-wise, and it's kind of funny the game hasn't mentioned that. Is that that you're supposed to pretend like you have trap cards by placing spell cards face down a lot of times. I probably am gonna lose here. Yeah. I don't see a way out of this. Let's see. See what this does. Well, this is interesting. We need something here that could help. We kind of don't need those. This bird, I don't think saves us either. There's a lot of cards here, obviously. A lot of new cards to think about. Oh, I'm doomed. Unless there's something I can activate here. I don't think you can defeat me in this next turn, but he's gonna get awful close. And there's no penalty for failing, there's only penalties for giving up. Nothing we can activate here. Is there... I mean, we could surrender, but we can just also let it finish and take the experience. Okay, clearly this game, you're not really getting a lot of XP there. And I don't know if that level of XP is a different level of XP elsewhere throughout the game, or if you don't hit kind of a max level of 50 or something by doing all the solo mode, and then you just never do that again. Hearthstone had that too, where at the beginning there was this whole player level that just, for most players, was completely forgotten about after 3 or 4 months, because you got the max level and then there's just nothing else that ever even mentioned you had a player level. It was kind of a just really prolonged tutorial gated action. Okay. Cyber and Angel Benton. Does this one summon the Cyber Angel? Yes, it does. So, we need that and that. Activate that ability, sure. Okay, now this card destroys a monster in battle and sends it to the graveyard and inflict damage equal to the monster's original defense. This would add a ritual spell from your deck, which we would want another ritual spell, I guess. We'll take this one. And then we will take that. I don't think we can play this yet. I guess we can. 28 here versus 23 there. So yeah, activate this. Summon this. Sacrificing this. And I guess we want to keep that spell. And so that's a great start. It gets us potentially to a 2-turn victory. And I cannot understate how much I missed the idea of a 1-turn victory or 2-turn victory that you can have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to Magic the Gathering, Shadowverse, or even Hearthstone. Like, let's just activate that. It's just so nice to potentially have that chance of finishing a game quickly. Even if practically you have to have really expensive cards, and it won't actually happen that much in ranked play. The solo play gives you that feeling. Let's see what this does. I don't think we can do anything else. Just put that in defense mode. Set that as though it's a trap. Don't have any cards we can activate. And we may still be in trouble. Oh yeah, and I haven't even mentioned the heart of the cards conceit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where effectively Yugi cheated and used magic to draw the exact card he needed at the end of almost every duel. I'm a little surprised that for like solo mode style games like this, I may not be able to beat this. I'll give it one more chance, but I'm spending a lot of time here. I'm a little surprised they didn't throw in that concept, but the danger of throwing in the concept of having a heart of the cards where you draw the exact card you needed right when it looks like you're about to lose is then it would create confusion and make people think that that's happening in the ranked play, no matter how much you tell people no, it's not happening in ranked play, it only happens in solo play. So it's a concept better off not implemented. Okay. Let me summon this. And then activate that. That was stupid. Let's see. I'll take that. And then that. And then we'll activate that. When a light monster you control battles, you can send this from the hand, and that monster gains attack. So let's not get rid of that. That has a different kind of effect. Let's see. The attack of the opponent's monster it's battling. Nope, we don't want to activate those at the moment. Its effect lets it attack a second time. So I could have potentially buffed it up, but I don't think that would have done... I guess I would have done 28 more damage, would be my guess. That was like a 14 attack. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do here is we'll attack here. It's 200. So I could get 1800 more. Let's just go ahead and do it. Activate that. That didn't quite get us high enough. We still need to do 700 more damage, but it seems doable. The thing we're seeing though is because you have a deep emphasis on just monsters attacking to do damage, we don't have a lot of spells that just do damage or effects monsters that are doing a lot of damage. Whereas you compare that to magic, special summon these two, remove those two from the field for the graveyard. Alright, well, so like if this was Magic the Gathering, it would be very easy to do 700 damage just by having a spell, just a little fireball type spell. Whereas in Yu-Gi-Oh, if they manage to just kill my monster, they'd buy themselves a turn or two. Let's see, icon depicting a dark entity whose mission is to send the world into its doom. Its swinging axe will cleave and eradicate anything and everything in its way. Let's get a new deck. And I guess logically here, it makes a lot of sense to play this somewhat the way I'm playing this. The red being Ruined Queen of Oblivion brings the world brings to the world a reversal of time. But yeah, if you do all the loner deck quests now, sometimes you will get a structured deck as a reward. which then gives you more options of structured decks to play the structured deck duels or the own deck duels that we're skipping over. When evil is spread throughout civilization and the world's end is in sight, the red being returns the world to its state before the cause of evil occurred. There are cases in which the reversal may restore the world to a primordial state full of intelligent life. In this way, the world is reborn with hopes that life will transpire on the correct path. For those living in the current world, this would be synonymous with extinction, process of rewinding the world to promote the proper development of life. What if the world continually takes the wrong path no matter how many times it restarts? The Black Being Demise, King of Armageddon, brings about the true end of the world. Its formidable power crushes the world's very foundation and eradicates all living things. There remains no trace of that world was there, only absolute nothingness. The Queen of Oblivion and the King of Armageddon. What lies in the heart of a being who witnessed the destruction of the world countless times over and over eons, that remains unknown to those who disappear. These are interesting little advertisements for these cards, but I mean, I guess that's kind of all they are. Just so you know, I guess. And we have extended a secret, which, you know what, I suspect this means that you possibly could come over to this and play this again, and that might extend the secret again once you've done the solo. So you might have a loophole here in which you could always unlock the secret decks without even buying cards. New gate options are available. Legend of the Star Heroes, was that the last one before? Did we unlock another thing? And oddly, it unlocked the next thing, so maybe there's something specific about Ruin and Demise that you needed to know before you did the Mystery of the Megalith. And the Proxene Warriors are just kind of unconnected. So our options here would be to catch up here, unlock this gate, and play these two duels on this, which I don't even remember what these are, so like that might be a little difficult, but it probably won't be that difficult to just play a game. I don't think you need to understand the strategy too much. Just kind of look at your cards and figure out what you've got. See if this is a 1600 card. And it's easier than that. Like, almost certainly you want to set a trap. We could destroy all monsters. This card can be banished and brought back. Let's just start with this. And then this is the number of banished characters, so let's just go ahead and attack that. The opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battle involving it once per turn during your standby phase. Pay 1,000 life points to destroy that. Yeah, you wouldn't want to activate that. Alright. Yeah, these don't even feel like cards that I've ever played with before. I think they've given me a different loner deck. Or maybe we just aren't seeing any of the cards that were important. Okay, 1500. This. Negate the activation and make them draw a card. What is their activation? Yeah, let's just do it. So the question now is, how do we get that to be banished? I don't know if there's a way to do that. One level 6 monster. From your hand on the bottom of your deck, draw 2 other monsters. I mean, guess we just have to play that in defensive position. Again, I guess we just activate that effect. So I guess this is a continuous trap. We're not getting anywhere with this though. Any monster in the graveyard is banished instead. Okay. There we go. That's what we needed. Let's see. Defense. We won't fight that. One set card in the field and destroy it. Discard one random card from your opponent's hand, then if it was a monster, inflict damage equal to the original level times 100. So, wow. That could be a lot. No, I don't think I want to activate this. Not that time. We could kill these 2 monsters. And yeah. I don't know what that would really benefit from doing though. Let's see. Destroy the monster on the field, yes. This might actually undo that effect, but nope, didn't. I wonder if the metal slime, which was a token card, and so very possibly isn't actually in the graveyard, I wonder if this would have negated its cost of 1,000 life points. We might as well activate this to negate its effect. Although we don't really have much else here. We need a very lucky card. And that is the exact opposite of a very lucky card. Just pretend like it's a trap card, which probably won't scare away a computer AI. Again, we'll just negate his ability, whatever his actual ability is. Would have destroyed the spell cards. We're getting XP for this, so... I don't know if you don't really just chalk this up to, though, bad deals. Like, I mean, you could probably chalk it up to just saying that was a bad deal, that initial deal. I have definitely seen Magic players and other collectible card game players just immediately concede and reshuffle because they know that their first starting hands are so bad. Alright, so if I special summon this, face up attack position, sure, why not? And then just tribute summon that. What's his ability? Target up to two spell cards on the field and destroy those targets. Yeah, we don't need to activate that ability. Draw two cards, I don't want to do that. Don't want to shuffle that. Ooh. I forgot who I was attacking there. I could have just done that. Well, that certainly puts me in a bad position. That was dumb. My only other option, I guess, would have been to Dark Hole, I think, destroys everything on the field. No, it doesn't destroy that. Yeah. In turn, I suppose. Did he put that spell directly on top of my deck? Yes, he did. Which, that's pretty bad because that means that eliminated my chance of success there. Also, I should have played this first so it would have been banished instead of putting it in the graveyard. Or you could play like a Monster Reborn or something to bring it back. I don't think I'm turning this around. These could be fairly difficult. Alright. Yeah, unless I can turn this around, I'm still not particularly optimistic about this. You'd have to play pretty terribly in the next 2 or 3 turns. Place this on the bottom of the deck, draw 2 cards, set that, and lose. Yeah, let's just go ahead and surrender even. We might as well. We need to know if we get experience if we surrender, and the answer to that is no, we don't. I think this is proving, though, that now that we have the resources to actually unlock the gates and play more, we should unlock the gates and play more as we're learning that specific thematic card. Right. This is the one we want on the, like, first and foremost. We want to have a whole bunch of banished cards, and that means if we get like 80 cards, it'd be 8,000 damage in attack and defense, but 80 is, I guess, asking a lot. Activate this. Use the effect now. I don't think I can hold back on this character, though. If anything, I probably should have had him already on the field. And he's only 4 stars, which I guess means I can't tribute summon him. Or maybe you can only tribute summon things that are face up? I don't think that's the case. The whole star system is kind of an older system, is a newer system compared to the original version of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is, in all fairness, the original version of Yu-Gi-Oh and some of the ways it was depicted in early video game forms was just completely broken. Maybe I'm confusing it with Magic the Gathering, but I think you really could just sacrifice any card. This currently is banished, and it's banished this turn. Special summon it in face-up attack position. Sure. That's something. But yeah, either I'm thinking about Magic and confusing myself, but at a certain point I think you just needed to sacrifice 2 characters period. It didn't matter how many stars it had. But I think I am confusing that with Magic. Discard one random card from your opponent's hand. If it's a monster can inflict damage equal to it. Target one set card. 2 spell cards. So we have to summon this. Should put that up. Don't want to cancel effects. Just go ahead and set this card too. Just have a ridiculous amount of cards. I don't think I can turn this around with this alone, because this will summon in attack mode and this will just keep on attacking it. Do we want to cancel his effect? Almost certainly. Yeah, I really feel like there's just something else here. There should be something else to this. Which one has more defense? These both have 1,000 defense. So we set this. Does that tell me specifically how many it has? I don't think it really does. Change that to defense position. Maybe that can buy us some time. Problem is, we just don't know what we're looking for. Let's see. Activate this effect. Put it in face-up defense position. Put this in defense position. Destroy 2 target cards or destroy 1 set card. Don't do anything. It's too dangerous. I mean, all I could do is summon this by tributing this. And then destroy that set card. We can attack here, and then we're equally matched. But then this is back in attack position, so yeah, I don't know the strategy here. Seems like I'm banging my head against the wall. You do want to play a full game because I didn't get experience before. What is it saying there? It says something about tree-born frog. I haven't even seen a tree-born frog. Oh. I need to actually look at the deck. Let's see. DD Survivor, I guess it's Dark Dimension. Place it face up on your side of the field. Okay. Place one level 6 monster from your hand face up on the field on the bottom of the deck. Draw 2 cards. Start with that. Start with that. Activate this effect. We'll get rid of this one. I hope that's right. Finish 1 card from your deck, face up during the second standby phase. Add this card to your hand. Okay. Activate this card. And then we need to just pick something with a high attack. It can be banished. This is, I guess, the closest thing we can see as far as all of our cards. Give us a general idea. Yeah, I don't see anything here that says Treeborn Frog. So, I think you do this. Banish that. And that potentially gets rid of that, and we summon that. In the turn. Okay. Base up defense position for 500. Let's not do either one of those. Why did this not special summon? It has to be face up on your side of the field. Oh. Well, I messed up there. So yeah. This is kind of a master class, I think, around the idea of really knowing how these cards work and which cards synergize with other cards. Okay. So yeah, that spell is way too powerful to have used on that one card. Target one card on top of the field, place that target on the top of the deck. Sure. Go ahead and summon. Attributing this. If I drag it on the spot, I think it's fair for the game to assume that that I want to use that as a tribute summon. There's nothing else we can do, right? Okay, we may have finally gotten the lucky break after 4 or 5 attempts. Let's see. Target one card in the field, banish the target, and if you do, inflict 1,000 to your opponent if it's a dark monster. And this is a 6, so we could kind of sacrifice this. And yeah. Yep, that should be victory. Took a while. Took a lot of effort there. And a lot of luck. But seems like we got maybe even a little bit more XP because we did that. And that's still with the loner deck though, so we are going to have to come back and do these duels with the other decks. Particularly if we're going to try and get the crystals. You know, and again, I didn't read the description of the loner deck, which would have been useful if I was paying attention to that. Yeah, in a lot of ways, collectible card games really only work if you pay attention. And then I personally use collectible card games as a background game and just kind of background noise while talking about video game news on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during live streams on my channel. So I tend to fail very often because I'm not paying attention. Let's see. Activate the effect of this guy. The type, attribute, and level of the card. Face up. Interesting. Can't activate that card. So we've got some stronger cards now in this loner deck. Select one card. Okay. I guess I have to. Domain of true something. This is the thing that's been a problem with previous Yu-Gi-Oh games though, is that the translation to English makes the text really long from Japanese, and it doesn't quite fit in the game. And since we have the card text set to be particularly high already, then that probably makes that even worse. Okay. Select this. Now, tribute summon, you can send 2 monarch spell trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If you do, special summon 1 monster with 24 or more. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, I think we do. Let's do this. Treat that as 2 tributes? Sure. Activate that. And without actually looking at what these cards are, we'll send some cards into the graveyard. And then we'll try and bring back this. Okay. What would this now let us special summon? An XYZ or 3,000. Once per turn, when a spell card or effect is on the field, you can negate the effect. Alright. We'll do that. And we'll do that. This looks fancy, to say the least. Go ahead and change that to attack position. Can't summon this. Switch over. Pathetically looking for an extra 800 damage. I'm uncertain what happens if you want to summon a character here and there's already something. There's already 2 cards in these slots. If they like just automatically compete or fight or something. Or maybe just can't do it. Okay. My hope is that this is something weaker. It isn't, so whatever. But we may be whittling down his options. Of course, I'm also whittling down my options. Real one monster in your hand. We can't do that. We don't have a monster in our hand. Let's go ahead and hit this. Ooh, that's still not enough, is it? Guess we'll just end the turn. Negate that effect. Clearly they're going to keep on trying. This is stacking cards under it. So what is stacking the cards under it doing for it? Not much. Tribute summon this. Send 2 Monarch Trap cards with different names from your hand to deck, graveyard. Shuffle 1 once per turn during each player's main phase. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard Monarch spell trap cards. I think summoning this is better. So do that, and then that. Sure. picking things that we have a couple of copies of. Yeah, just getting rid of his cards. Hey, do we have an effect? Yes, we do. Take that, that, and that. A continuous spell, we might as well affect it. Don't chain that effect. Okay. Let's do this. Hit that one. Hit that one. Hit that one. Potentially next turn we win. I'm really burning the midnight oil to play this solo stuff and make these episodes extra, so I'm starting to feel a little dizzy-headed, a little exhausted. Been playing a bunch of this. Okay, we've got a victory. That was much better than the previous duel where we had to try multiple times. But I don't feel like we're getting a lot of gems. Icon depicting a monarch, destroyer of the worlds, the progenitor of devastation. Do its eyes reflect the crumbling landscape of the world on the brink of ruin. Dominion of True Monarchs is a powerful card enabling tribute summons and blocking special summons from the extra deck. Exploit this card to slow down your opponent. So, there are hints here that maybe are helpful, although I am not sure that this loner deck, for instance, had Treeborn Frog in it, so they may very well be giving you hints with cards that have nothing to do with the deck. There's the loner deck. Yeah. There's not a Treeborn Frog in this deck. So these dual hints are just kind of hints in general. Those are the kind of hints I would have expected to see in the course of the loading screens. Mission-wise, that accomplished a couple of unlimited missions, but not, I think, as much as I would like. Here, 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 and here. And that just completed the whole thing. We're halfway through finding all the secret packs. Here. We have a new card protector, which, okay, that was better than the boring Yu-Gi-Oh! Background, I suppose. But yeah. We spent a little bit too much time on those extra duels, and so I don't really feel up to doing a solo of the Mystery of Megalith. So Yeah, we'll have to leave it at that. Let's just do a ranked play. There's still a lot of room for ranked play. And I guess we can potentially change an icon again. We've unlocked 2 icons. We haven't gained any new titles. We do have a new mate that we can try. What was the other thing that we got? I don't know. Felt like we got something else just now, but I guess not. We do have more decks. Anyway, I still have yet to be able to find out how to edit decks and edit those things. I think we've probably done Emergence of Monarchs. We probably haven't played this one. And we're gonna just constantly jump around with different structured decks as we unlock them until we can figure out what our favorites are, which ones are actually the best to play. And fairly quickly we're going to have to move away from structured decks into actual regular decks. And this is an 8, so we want to use an 8. There. We can see they're having network trouble now instead of me having network trouble. So it's not my fault in this case, or not my ISP's fault in this case. So we may just have to sit here and watch them do nothing for a very long time. Just watch and see if the timer gives any indication of counting down. There we go. It cleared up. And so you might have a game like this where it's really good, and then all of a sudden it's it might be a quick disconnect situation, or just a quick victory situation where I might want to play another ranked game until we have a proper 5-10 minute game. If this one just surrendered in the next minute or two. Otherwise, I'll just accept this as the last game. Meanwhile, the secret deck that we would want to play is running out of time, and fairly quickly here. I imagine in less than a week I will have at least a 24-hour break that leads me to not. What does this one do? Yeah, in the next 7 days or so, I'll have a 24-hour break in which I don't play this game at all, and then all of the secret decks will be locked and gone forever, at least until I open some more packs. Fine, you want to play that way? Resolve and play that way. Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Really? Did that negate my attack? You can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. When this card is attacked, you can negate the attack. Fine. You want to play that way? Play that way. We'll do it. We'll play hardball. What is Blue Eyes attack, by the way? 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. So even like this much later Demise King of Armageddon, which was definitely added much later than Blue Eyes was, is still within the range of attack and defense, or combined attack and defense. They try to keep, I guess, the Blue Eyes White Dragon somewhere at the maximum before you start getting into the really ridiculous like god cards that have special effects. Waiting for a response. Then his networking is getting worse, it feels like. So, like, physical, just number-wise, power creep is not really where the power creep comes in. It's more synergy-wise. Okay, I guess you activate this field effect, then show one ritual monster. I don't think that effect would really do anything. It would just lower the amount of stars this guy had, which there's no real reason to do that. It'd be kind of cool if there was a reason to do that for some card, but that would be a very weird card. Something where you have to continuously each turn reduce its number of stars, or it dies, or reduce its number of stars, or it dies once. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. He's playing a Blue Eyes deck. He's even named themselves Blue Eyed. I imagine we will see more Yu-Gi-Oh players that will try and make their entire personality around playing one specific deck, which is not something you see in most other collectible card games. Although the Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon anime was definitely that way. There was a lot of times where UV would have probably done a lot better if he had changed his deck drastically and copied some other people's strategies. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon at 4,000 attack, 0 defense. Inflicts double piercing battle damage for a defense thing, so it could win in literally one turn if it attacks something with 0 defense. Yeah, this of course is not going very smoothly with the network troubles. Okay. I suppose we should just surrender here. We're gonna lose, so let's see what kind of reward we get potentially for surrendering, if we get something different. You get a little bit of XP there, and you get 0 here. So I probably shouldn't have surrendered. But I feel like this is not a bad deck. I just ran into a better deck. We definitely are seeing a lot of variety as far as mates and icons. But you'd almost expect that in games like this, since there's a little bit of social aspects to it, every new account should be given a random mate, a random icon, just to be fairly not repetitive about it. Amongst like a starter set of mates and icons, and then once you leveled up and earned some of the second tier or higher tier mates icons, then you could unlock more. I suspect this is unlocked through doing some solo event I just haven't done yet. Okay. Add 1 ritual thing to your deck. Okay. Do this, summon this. Well, that was not what I was expecting to happen. I was expecting the exact opposite to happen. But whatever. That was probably a mistake on his part to do that. Proceed to battle. Attack here. Yes, activate that ability to attack again. Attack here. And in the turn. They have a problem here where the daily quests that you would want to kind of keep a better eye on is about 3 or 4 clicks away from playing a ranked duel. And even playing a ranked duel is still 2 clicks, 2-3 clicks away from just starting a ranked duel from the main screen. There is a lot of empty space on the main screen to optimize for that, where you could have just a quick duel button. You could have a picture of your currently equipped deck right next to the duel thing. Also, so it could be, you could say duel, a picture of your currently equipped deck, and then a like ranked symbol, and just clicking the ranked symbol would immediately jump you into a ranked game. Clicking on the deck would immediately take you to a deck selection screen, and clicking Duel would take you to the current Duel selection screen. In some of the loading screens to the Duel, the daily quest should probably be just highlighted and repeated. Just really they should spend as much possible effort to optimize and highlight as fast of an experience to get to the actual dueling as possible. The more you duel, the more you're going to build the desire to get better cards in the player. Keeping them on the main screen and showing them advertisements. I'm sure Konami may think that helps, but it probably really doesn't. So maybe this deck is just not as good as I think it is. But yeah, there's definitely reasons to keep on playing. We activated the spell, we performed a special summon, we performed a ritual summon, so that gave us 400 XP towards a free pack. But yeah, there's a lot of nothing here, a lot of nothing here. You could definitely have highlighted daily quests there. There's nothing right here. You can put the daily quest there. There's nothing down here. There's nothing up here. You can put the daily quest up there. Right now, at least, there's nothing here. And this is very big for kind of no reason. So again, plenty of room to highlight the daily quest there. Again, this duel, you could have your current deck. You could have ranked. You could have private icons, and then just quickly jump to that. I had to click like 5 times to get out of the screen, the end game screen there. Let's just receive all, getting some more card crafting points. But yeah, not really getting gold. Yeah. The daily here was to activate a trap card 5 times and win a ranked duel, and we didn't accomplish either one of those. Even if I did succeed at those, it would be only 50 gems, and the logins are gonna get fewer and fewer. Log in from 1 account per day. We'll also say it's not crazy for some people to want multiple accounts, and there doesn't seem like a super easy way to do that. Maybe you could do that under the data transfer options. We are not seeing any new notifications over the past few hours. And still have a lot of solo stuff to do, and then we're gonna kind of run out of things to do. Oh yeah, I got a card back. I guess that would be in the deck. So yeah. Starting deck. Edit deck. So what cards do we have now as far as this long list? Wish there was a way to make this bigger, just to see all your cards in a nice pretty pile or ordered list. I guess if we click this, and you compare the size of this scroll bar versus this scroll bar, that does tell you that there is a decent amount of cards we don't have. I couldn't really tell you percentage-wise though what that is. 1%, 2%. I wouldn't go much higher than maybe 5%. Actually, I guess the size of this scroll bar and this scroll bar probably doesn't mean anything, does it? What we would have to do is we'd have to scroll down to this point, and this is the last line, and then the percentage from here to here versus here all the way to here, which maybe that's about 7%, I would guess. But I'm just guessing by I'd almost have to put a ruler on the screen to figure it out, and then do some math. We can dismantle extra cards and get some more crafting points. But there would be, I mean, at a certain level, there is something I guess you could do here. If there was a normal type monster, but why would you specifically want normal type monsters? I don't know. Yeah, that'd be kind of silly. But if there was a monster in general, summon cut in. Still not sure how you enable or disable summon cut in. Just doesn't feel like there's a button for that. Alright, so what you would do here, I guess, is attack, starting at the lowest. So this ultra rare is a 50,000 by 50,000. Then you would filter by normal, and then you started to like look at the cards and figure out what is the strongest card that could be just normal summoned, like, and doesn't have some horrible combination. This card only attacks if this card is the only card on your side of the field and you also have no cards in your hand. That's kind of crazy. Extra cards, probably not what you would want to craft first. This one's probably not too bad, but we also want 4 stars too, come to think of it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gets your list down even lower. So something like this card that's 2300 Toon Goblin Attack Force might be about the best you can get. Like, Goblin Attack Force here wouldn't be terrible though. I could craft about 100 cards on normal if I was just gonna start trying to build a deck, but honestly I think I'm gonna have to look online and see what's like a good starter deck after we've done all of the solo stuff anyways. Because there's a couple of these that have pretty good high attacks, but then they changed the defense positions, and that's not a terrible trick. But yeah, definitely feels like I'm at the beginning of being able to actually think about the cards I would want. Let's see if we want to change the accessories here. We could pick different card cases. We can pick a different card back. We can pick a different duel field, different duel part. We could give a mate's base, and then here you could just pick 3 cards. Which, boy, does that feel like that should be a different way to do things. That whole screen is confusing, to say the least. Yeah. This game works. I don't want to get wrong about that, but some of the interface does definitely feel a little bit more beta than I would have suspected it should. But I guess that's been the Yu-Gi-Oh problem, is that the interfaces have either tried to go for mobile games, or they've just been kind of bad or non-existent up until this point. Anyways, we didn't make as much progress on the solo. Oh, I did want to see the shop. Let's see where we are with the secret decks. I have like 5-10 minutes, and after that everything is about to go away. Just if I take an hour break, which I'll probably take much longer than that, all of these will be gone above this point, and then I have 21 hours to, I guess, try and get 1,000 and get the great old gods again, or the great olds. Although maybe if I get desperate, I'll just buy 1 pack there and see if that guarantees a refresh of that secret pack. Yep. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.